stupid.
Good.
Hey!
Countdown.
Coming right off the
Hey,
bat.
everybody. I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Mike DeLisio, and that was 100% referring to Joey, what Camilla said.
All right. Hey, welcome to day 4 of this week. I don't know day 4, but this has been a long week. A lot of live
has.
stuff, and the live stuff is not ending anytime soon.
Today is extra
It
live
is.
stuff.
It is all day today.
I want to say thanks to some of our Kickstarter backers. So I'm going to pull this out here. I want to say thank you to the Nee and Polytechnic Tabletop Games Club,
Oh, that's cool.
Brett and Rebecca Koford, Inigo Montoya.
Prepare to die.
I didn't kill his father. Brett Bolch and all the gamers at BolchCon. Joel Rodriguez from Turkey. Marin Christopher and Nelly from Nuremberg in Germany.
Wow.
I think the Nuremberg Fair is happening very soon.
I think it is, indeed, yes.
Janice Gist. Greg and Katie Bowerly.
We know
I
them.
just said hi to them.
We know them.
Chuck, Jessica, Annika, Taryn Henson. JB from Katy, Texas. Paul Miles. Melanie and Volker Koch. Mark Inkleden from Adelaide, Australia.
Ooh.
Odd Glowdeck. Okay. Loopy.
Right.
Hey,
Loopy.
Dale,
Loopy.
Goslin, Conrad. The Wallace family. Jason, Vanessa, Reagan, and Oliver. Trusty Turtle. Linda and Michelle Tracy. The new board order.
Nice.
And Tim
Okay.
Simonites.
All right.
Thank
Look, that's
you.
a big
Thank
big
you.
group. Thank you for all your support.
Yeah.
If you like to hear those shout outs and you want to shout out too, you can back us on our Gamefound that's going on right now. In fact, it's like 36 hours left, so don't delay. So that's
Getting
support
close.
dicetower.com. We're on our way to some stretch goals, and we'd love to hit some of them. That would be exciting.
Yeah, you've got a particular Canadian right now who is
Yes.
just abuzz with excitement that maybe
Yep.
his top 100 will actually happen. So
He's on the
let's
seat
make
of
a
his
Canadian
chair.
happy today.
Alrighty, so of course, don't forget to check out all the stuff on dicetower.com. But right now, we're just going to jump right into the news. Is today really 1:30?
Yes, it is.
1:30:25.
Tomorrow is 1:31. Payday.
Have a brutal day, everybody. Let's get into the news.
Do they write stuff on that?
They
Is that
do.
like a
Do they
typical thing
really?
that Starbucks does?
No, actually, it
Beautiful?
used to be. It used to be a pretty common thing,
Wow.
right? But they saw Mike, and they just knew. Oh, Mike, he needs to have a brutal day.
Wow.
Also, this cup is sweating like nobody's
This is like your
business.
15th
It's
day
not
in a
like
row,
you don't have
though,
a
right?
Dice Tower
So-
coaster you could be showing off.
It's on the Dice Tower coaster, but the cup is so.
But then you said it there.
No, I held it
No, he
above,
dripped
and
there.
it just dripped.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
let's
wow.
jump into
What a
news. Here we go.
mess.
Lots of cool news here.
Mess.
So first of all, Grail Games and Frostbite Games have announced an ongoing strategic partnership. Now, if you haven't heard of Frostbite Games,
Neither have I. It's
I'm
up
waiting
there.
for. Oh, there it is. It wasn't there.
I know.
It's been there the whole time.
If you haven't heard of Frostbite Games, good. No one else has either.
Yeah, I have not.
They used to be called Maple Games.
Oh, that's right. This is what was Maple.
They've changed their name. They no longer like to be sweet. They now will bite you.
Now they'll buy. I think
That
Maple
is a
Games only
180.
had 1 or 2 releases, right?
That is
They did
probably
Leaf.
true.
Okay.
I think that
yeah.
was them.
Huh.
I think so.
All right.
Either way, they're working with Grail Games, and Frostbite is moving its upcoming medium weight game Valedictorian from Adrian Amesco, who's one of the designers of Sagrada.
Yes.
And
Eddie
so a
Madden,
bunch of different things here working together. Yay!
I like that logo, but it definitely looks like a sports team.
It looks like a hockey team.
Absolutely.
Frostbite looks like an
100%.
amazing hockey
Yep.
logo. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, let's hope
I
we
like
That would
it.
look
still
really
see the
good.
logo.
I'm just saying that would look good on a hockey jersey.
All right, Asmodee is going public. This is February 7th. Now, this is not in America. I believe it is going in, the NASDAQ Stockholm. So in
Yes.
Stockholm.
In Sweden.
So you're like thinking, isn't Asmodee already public? Well, they were owned by Embracer, but
Yep.
recently they split into groups. Embracer broke up into 3 big groups. Asmodee, if you remember, was the one that got all the debt.
I do remember that. They drew the short straw.
So, hey, you want to own a piece of that debt? I don't know if this is. For a moment I was like, "Ooh, I'll do it," but then I thought that might be a conflict of interest.
I think
as to
yeah.
what we do here. But if you want to own a piece of Asmodee, you can.
Yeah, and I think it's 1-to-1 value it said on there. This is
okay.
going to show why I'm not necessarily a business-minded individual, because it seems like every time one of these things happen, it's like, hey, this company's buying this company, and then it immediately splits into 17 different companies.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there's a financial reason for that, but
yeah,
it doesn't compute.
Oh, when it comes to macroeconomics and
Yeah.
companies, I'm always. They talk in numbers. I'm like they use the word billion.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I just like
they
gloss
use the
over
word Google.
super quick.
So anyway, that will happen on. Let's see. When does this open up? It's February 3rd.
Yeah, it's relatively soon.
No. February 4th. Sorry. I don't know. Somewhere in February. February 7th.
Yeah.
There it is. February 7th. I do like that. It goes, Asmodee will report its third quarter on February 12th. Like, I like to wait till then to buy the shares.
Right. No kidding, right? Okay, Loopy's got numbers going on and letters. I'm lost. Also, I feel bad. It's not a hockey jersey. Everyone knows that.
No.
It's a hockey.
Is it a uniform?
No, it's a sweater. Sorry, it's a sweater.
No, it's not.
I didn't know
1,000%. The crowd will back me up here.
Wait, I don't know what we're talking about.
When
It's not called a
You don't
jersey.
call it a jersey. The hockey gear. It's a sweater. It's a hockey sweater.
Okay, that might be true,
Mm-hmm.
but a good chunk of the universe calls them
that. Not anyone that
jerseys.
follows hockey. Yeah.
The universe. I don't know about the Klingons. I'm pretty sure they're big fans of hockey. You're right. Almost everyone calls it a jersey, but I
also
think the
not
technical
Legos.
term.
But we use that term too.
Well, they're also not all jacuzzis.
Usage determines definition.
Usage determines destination in my
That's the definition.
administration.
All right, let's talk about Gamefound, which, by the way, we have a project
Hey.
on. But Gamefound has their feast that they do
Yes.
every year where they announce a bunch of upcoming stuff.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at some of these
Oh,
things.
Yeah,
Yes,
this is like throughout the
please.
whole year, basically.
Okay.
So we got Gothic, a Shadow's Quest. That looks dark.
We have a
This
slide
would be
for
the
every
very
one
first
of them.
slide. Yep.
Next
We have a slide for
one.
every single one of them.
Next.
Don't worry, we're training a new person on the,
Yeah.
on the computer. Gothic, enter the Valley of Mines and make a name in the colony. That's not a lot of information.
No.
It says, will you master swordplay, magic, or archery?
Magic.
I do not get that theme from that cover, which I really like that cover, but I don't get that.
Nah, I don't know.
No.
It looks more like a cooperative, like survival game or something.
To be
you know?
fair, just so we know going forward, most of these we don't have a lot of information
Yeah,
about
that's
because
true.
they're things
Right,
that are
yeah.
launching later in the year.
Yeah, it's just the words that he was saying. I was
Yeah.
We
like,
just blew it up. Fear Itself, Shattered Veil Edition, as opposed
Silent Hill much?
Yeah, this is a role playing game.
Yeah, yeah.
That's super creepy. No one should ever look like that.
Man, you know.
Then we have Lying Pirates, City of Greed expansion. This is
I feel like
I never even heard of Lying Pirates.
I
Is
feel
this a
like-
new way to say Pirates Dice?
no, I feel like we covered that at some point. Like that's ringing.
This looks like one of those
familiar.
social deduction type games. I don't know if it is, but it sure looks like it.
Lying Pirates, Board Game Geek, The Race for the Pirate Throne. This was a 2023 game.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think I
That
remember.
it's from Nordic Pirate Games.
Okay.
And we,
It was crowdfunded, right?
yeah,
Or
but
am I yeah,
has
okay. I
anyone
remember
reviewed
covering
it?
that in crowd surfing. Was
I
it
don't
a game
remember
or
that.
a RP? I thought it was more RPG.
No, it's a board game.
Is it okay?
Interesting.
Again, I'm going
Okay.
off year.
Huh.
Apparently, Gothic is based off a video game, by the way, the last project.
Yeah, okay.
Huh.
Alrighty, and then we have the Empress deck and companion book for fifth edition D&D with some pretty cards there. It definitely looks like Cthulhu. No, it's a
No, it's
cultist.
tarot.
Wait,
Yeah, it
is
looks like they're
it's
using tarot
right?
cards.
Yeah. Okay.
I bet they're incorporating tarot into 5th edition, would be my guess.
Okay.
Also miniatures with Starside.
All right.
Okay, prepare for battle.
The crusade begins now.
Joey is losing his mind over there. Starside.
Then this one, I really like this one, just called Grim Dark Future. They're not even
Oh,
pretending.
man.
They're like,
Broken truth.
here's the thing, it doesn't even look that grim dark. It
No,
looks cool.
it's pretty colorful. I'm assuming those. I don't know if the minis come painted like that. I really doubt it. But
Oh, there's no way.
yeah, it
that's-
looks like it's. Yeah, you can out of the box. Looks like you can play a 2-player game.
I think it's another miniature game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then Dark Rituals, Maleficarum. Oh my word!
These looks. A lot of these look very similar.
This
It's
is
like,
a 1 versus many game.
Ooh.
1
I
to
like
5
that.
players. You want to be the guy in the middle there, right?
So this is
With all the
clearly
swords.
nothing new. It's saying final reprint. Last chance to get the game.
Rituals. So that's it.
That's such a Come on, don't do stuff like that. Final reprint.
This is
your
like-
game that bad?
Yeah.
Like
Final
you
reprint.
shouldn't do like a
No,
final
I mean, they might
reprint.
be-
You're not
they-
a band.
No, they
So,
might
yeah,
be
it's like the Kiss
tired.
final tour that went on for 17 years.
They could just be like tired, and like, hey, I'm ready to be done with this
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
And
it's
then they have
like-
like new ones they're looking forward to
There's
developing or
literally
something.
no more generic monsters we can pump out. You're done.
I don't know. I think that looks good. Kind of looks like an old CMON
Now
game. or
this next
something.
one is very interesting. Taburu
Yeah.
has sword and sorcery coming to it.
Wow.
the
Wasn't this
Taburu
promised
system-
right from the beginning? Or am I getting confused? I thought
No.
that this was mentioned at the beginning
So
of Taburu.
Taburu's had like a
Yeah.
up and down thing.
Yeah.
They originally announced Zombie Side.
That's what it was. Yeah.
And with CMON, but then they broke up with CMON. I don't know what happened.
Right, yeah.
Then we played their initial game, which we thought was fine.
Can't remember what that was called, but yeah, we played that. It was an original IP.
Neon something.
No, was it Neon?
It was like the name, like Crazy.
Yeah, like
Crazy-
the Bad Karmas or something
Bad
like
Karmas,
that.
that was it,
yeah,
yeah.
That's the Bad Karmas. It was fine. The system is interesting, but it needs to be paired with a really solid game. This might be the way for me to learn Sword and Sorcery,
It could
right?
be, yeah. I mean,
Yes.
it certainly would probably help you through the process of learning it.
Yeah. I think that's really exciting.
Then Nanti Narking, Rise of the Cthulhu.
I'm actually very excited about this.
Nanti
This would be the first expansion to what was Discworld Ankh-Morpork.
Right. So Nancy Narking is a reprint of Discworld, and I thought it was not a great looking reprint.
No, I used to have the collector's edition of the original, and I gave it to somebody, and now I've regretted it ever since. And so I have no versions of this right now. But now I'm thinking about trying to pick up Nancy Narking.
What is a great old one of Myths? It's just become one. What do they do? They don't watch TV, obviously. Like what
The
do you
great
do
old
in your
ones?
spare time?
It's a good question. I mean, I don't know. I think pickleball's even taken over great old ones. I think they pickleball.
Pickleball is taking
Well, they
over
are old,
everything.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
they're old ones. Yeah. I think they're pickleballing.
I applaud your stupid answer. All right. Then we have Dare the Unknown.
This
It's a
looks cool,
NASA
too.
game. Yes. This is a game inspired by TOC. I don't know what TOC means. TOCKA.
It must be some type of a
TOC, where am I
project, like a
seeing?
NASA project or a ship.
Maybe.
But yeah, I guess this.
Oh,
you
it's
know,
actually licensed from NASA.
Yeah. That's why I
Oh,
was
wow.
excited. But
Okay,
Did
is that-
NASA see the cover when they licensed
it's not
it?
a great cover. No.
I think it looks like it'd be sold in a gift shop, though.
Yeah, no
Maybe that's
kidding.
what they
You know,
want. Maybe
I
they want it
think
to be
that's
sold at like
100%.
science museums.
I
or something.
100% that's a science museum
And
cover.
Neil Armstrong's a little rolling over in his grave with that stupid quote. One small victory for you, one giant defeat for your opponents. That's not even a good quote. I think Neil Armstrong died. Man, I'm looking up a lot of
I'm
stuff
not on
today.
the up and up. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, hang on. Let's find out.
Buzz
I-
Aldrin skipping
Yeah,
around.
he died in 2012.
Guys,
Oh, come
obviously,
on,
clearly,
Joey.
how do you not know this?
Let it go already, Joey. Let the man rest in peace.
He was 82. He would be 93 today.
That's possible, though.
Is
Yeah,
Buzz
it is.
Aldrin alive?
I like to think about 90s
not.
now.
He's
that I'm
ignoring
getting
it.
older. But 90s is good.
Now that you're too old to travel.
Buzz
or
Aldrin?
anything, you gotta.
He's alive, right? Buzz Aldrin alive? I think he's alive.
I think. I thought.
I don't want to remind you that it's a big day of streaming, and
I agree.
we need to be
Okay,
done
I'm
by
sorry.
10.
Buzz Aldrin is 95 years old.
Thank you.
Oh, see?
He looks like that guy from the meme, actually, that picture. Anyway,
What would have been great is if they had had that quote attributed to Buzz Aldrin. All right, let's move on.
okay. Ascendancy,
There you
Underworld. So we just got Ascendancy. And I don't know that the game needs an expansion.
Ooh.
It's so gigantic.
But this is the ultimate expansion.
Not the
right.
not the final though, just the
No.
ultimate.
It looks a little interesting. I haven't touched it yet because, well, we have a lot of these giant games.
So this is the last chance to get the game.
doesn't say that.
Oh, sorry.
All right, then we have Star Realms Conquest. This is a standalone expansion for the deck builder.
Okay.
You'll have room for it in that box, that's
Yeah,
for
say
sure.
more Star Realms. What we
Although if
wait
you
for.
use that booster pack as a guide, it's not a very big box.
That's true.
Yeah.
No, I meant the
Oh, the big one. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
yeah.
ridiculously oversized one. This will fit in it.
Yeah.
Then the Megan 2.0, a new Geekinson table.
I've never seen
okay.
either of the movies, but now I can't hear that. This is
Megan
definitely
and like-
to where you keep your deadly, deadly dolls on this table.
No, the table itself comes to life.
I
after a
like
while,
that too.
though.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
They still have those LEDs. That's
Put the dog
unfortunate.
down, Damien. All right.
Yeah, I don't know. All these table companies push
Gotta
these
let it
LEDs as
go.
if everyone uses them, and they
They
don't.
they just look so good in pictures. I
They
think
do.
they probably
Also, yeah.
marketing. They probably do sell the table.
They probably
but
do.
Usability is
I do like to
zero.
play games in the pitch dark.
All right, we're done with the Gamefound feeds.
All
Let's
right.
talk about other stuff. Ares has a couple games coming out in partnership with Red Cat Games. First, we have Balconia.
That game's been out for a while because I want to say we've either covered it or even reviewed it on the channel before.
You're
I've not
building
seen
an
it.
apartment
Okay.
complex, and it is a 2-player tactical game.
We've talked about it a while ago.
I think like on crowd surfing maybe.
Maybe.
I don't remember anything, so cool. I like that front cover a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Perfect mismatch. Oh, you haven't gone
the
there.
Sandcastles of Burgundy.
Let's hit it. Yes. Die Sandbergen von
A
Burgund.
kids version.
Is this a game for kids?
Yes.
It looks
Okay.
like it. I hope
It almost
so.
looks like a Wandering Towers type of thing happening on the back cover where you pick up the sandcastles, which are plastic, and there's you can put your figures underneath there. I'm wondering if it's a memory style game or I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see how it's tied to Castle of Burgundy because I don't put those two together other than they both have
Yeah, I don't see any
castles.
dice in that picture.
Yeah, and
the
it's
back.
Interesting.
is this created with his child or because it has two names on the top. I can't see it there. Something and Steffenfeld. Might be easier on yours. I don't know. Is it Suzanne?
Suzanne and
Suzanne.
Stefan.
Oh, so
Yeah.
maybe one of his daughters. Who knows?
All right.
I
Or
don't
wife.
know.
Maybe his wife.
Or his
Or
wife,
maybe his
yeah.
wife. I don't know.
All right, I know the world's been dying for this IP to be made into a game.
Yes!
The World of Strawberry Shortcake
Oh my
Berry
gosh.
Besties Bake Off card game. But Mike's excited because it's designed by Shem Phillips.
I'm in 100%.
Is it really?
I,
Oh, that's
I could not believe this.
surprising.
I thought that was hilarious.
What?
He said he wanted to make a game that his two daughters can play.
You know,
That
and here's the
makes
thing.
sense,
I
yeah.
applaud him for that. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
cool. But do his daughters like strawberry shortcake?
I don't know. I mean, is
The
that
last little
still
girl who likes strawberry shortcake is 94.
is Megan, and she's killing people. I
Strawberry
don't
shortcake was a thing when I was a small kid.
Right,
very
yeah.
much. Yeah, they
It
had the
was not
scratch.
even
They
for
had the
me.
scratch off thing, like the
Right.
the scents had like blueberry and
It was definitely like an
all of the-
older thing when I was a kid, even. Like
Yeah.
it's before me.
maybe perhaps
So,
though
I don't
maybe
know.
it's bigger in other regions. I mean, I know Shem is from New Zealand. I wonder if other parts of the world still strawberry shortcake has a bigger
Does it
impact.
say here the ages on this? It says it's competitions from Maestro Media.
1 to 99.
But sometimes these are trying to, hit that sweet spot of nostalgia for the parents and something cute
Maybe.
the kids would still like, They need to hit both audiences.
But I will tell you that cover looks like they didn't try to update it at all. I mean, that's exactly what strawberry shortcake looked like back in the day.
oh, wow.
Strawberry shortcake has got to be. What year do you think strawberry shortcake started?
1968.
There you go, boom.
I'm gonna go older than
I'm
that.
going to go 42.
42.
During the war.
1842.
Oh, they update. I'm glad they didn't use the new. I forgot they
The new
updated
stuff
it to
always
look
looks
like
terrible.
a tweeny type thing.
Yeah, I don't
Mike
know.
Keller
Strawberry
is saying-
shortcake first showed up in 72.
I was
nailed-
off by 4
nailed it.
years. 68.
Nice.
I love
Actually, I would have guessed older than that because it looks old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. It very much. And Mike Keller is saying his wife still has her strawberry shortcake dolls and they still smell.
They still have the
They
smell.
still have the smell.
I tell you what, back in the day when you can use
Crazy.
deadly chemicals
Right,
in
yeah.
your toys,
It's the good stuff.
I do miss those days.
Now
dude.
we're
I
all
bought my wife like a
non-toxic.
scratch and sniff. Not scratch. It just smelled
Yeah.
like root beer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it lasted for like a week.
right? It's because you have to use, things that are, not going to kill you.
All right. Here's a good exciting thing.
All right.
Micro macro kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's super exciting.
I'm actually, it blows my mind it took them this long because it's so good for kids. And you're like, hey, kids, let's look at this picture. There was a murder. You
Right.
know, a deadly murder.
Right.
And why did that murder exist? Because he was cheating on his
Oh,
wife.
I know. Yeah, I
Right.
remember the
Is
cheating one.
this
I was
for
like,
kids?
"Rrrr."
I mean, it's definitely
Yeah.
better because now here it's teddy bears that are being killed, which is not. It's not a
Absolutely,
big
yes,
deal,
no.
right?
And it's
I mean,
okay for
kids.
teddy bears to
Definitely.
cheat on their wife.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, but I'm excited about this.
This is
This is cool. 20
So
cases.
many jokes I had to pass up
Yeah.
there. Okay.
I would love to see a version of this for kids
Yes,
that was
thank
like
you.
a legacy version where it came with like colored stickers of it, and so you had to find it and like put a sticker on it so it like fills in or colors as it goes. Yeah, because my son has enjoyed that. He's always like, "Can I color it?"
Oh, that's
That'd be fun.
interesting. He is coloring it?
I know because we haven't finished it. I told him once he finishes it, he can go in and do it.
That would
But
be
if it
neat
was
to
like
color
something
one
kind
of
of like a
these.
puzzle, like you're filling it in as you go through. You know, I found him here. Where is he next? He's here. Now I can put it here. Now he's here. I can put.
Wow, I would love
and if you
that.
track your
To
like,
see that, you have to.
Yeah.
I would be like, you are going to be the neatest color in existence.
Oh,
There's
but
no
that's why I
outside
said
the lines.
That's why I
here.
said maybe stickers or something though.
You can put stickers
You
on
know,
there,
and you're
yeah.
looking for it when you find it, then you put a sticker on it, like some legacy version of this.
Guys, Camilla's making you so much money here.
Yeah.
Do this because that would be something I would
Right
buy
here.
instantly.
Yeah.
Do
Remember
it.
the
Absolutely.
books full of stickers where you traded the stickers?
Oh, I remember, yeah.
And that's dumb, and I still bought those.
Yep. Yeah, you should do this 100% and do not credit Camilla. It's all your idea.
Wow.
Wow, Mike.
Camilla gets $1 million.
She said it on a
Okay.
Dice Tower show, and I get
There we
10%.
go. Whoa, what? Hold on, guys.
And I'm
Hold
an
on.
employee of the Dice Tower. I like that idea. Camilla has just designed,
Micro, macro, legacy.
yes, kids,
All right.
now with more murder.
General Orders, a new version. This is a spin-off. 2023 General Orders World War II came out, which had a lot of buzz.
It did.
And then kind of disappeared. I haven't heard a lot of talk about it.
No, it's a small two-player game, small box two-player game.
Someone in Dice Towers played it because it's still on our played shelf.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
I think it was probably Chris.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
I love this cover, though.
This cover's
That is
great.
an amazing cover.
It's really, really
really
good.
like
Yeah.
that.
Now, this isn't coming out until September 18th.
Okay.
Although, wait, it says pre-release sales at Gen Con, so never mind. It's coming out at Gen Con.
Oh, yes.
Cool. And then we have Katmai, The Bears of Brooks River. This is coming from Osprey. It's a two-player game of competitive area control.
It almost looks like
Looks like a Knizia Lost
yeah, it looks
Cities
like
type
looks like
game.
Lost Cities or Battle Line almost. I guess the idea is that you are bears that have come out of hibernation. You're super hangry, and you go down and you try to catch the spawning salmon in your jaws. And
Yes.
You want
I
them
don't
to
know
jump
why.
right into
you
your
want them to
mouth.
jump in your mouth. You don't even want to have
Yeah.
to work.
That's one of my favorite things. Like just seeing
Yeah.
a bear like that, like
Yeah.
over and just like
Just
catching the
standing
fish. I don't
there
know.
and catching the
Makes me
stupid
so-
food that jumps into their mouth.
I love it so much.
That actually would be a great idea for a buffet, right? Where you
my
stand
gosh.
there and it launches at you, just launches into your mouth.
They have it. It's called
Wow.
teppanyaki. The guy will throw the food in
He
your mouth.
will,
No,
but
that's true. But he
then-
wants it constant. The rate's not
I
enough.
want, yes,
Yeah.
that's
Not
correct.
high enough.
Flattering. I got 30% this time.
Yeah.
And I want the river to be gravy. I want it to be a gravy
Yeah.
river.
I'm moving on.
Basically a food fight. Mike
jumping
wants
up.
every meal to be a food fight.
Just catapulted down my gullet.
Another Osprey game, Ayar, or Ayar, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Children of the Sun. You can see the Ian O'Toole artwork bursting off the cover there for you.
And it's part of that series, right? That Merv and Sankora was. I think this is like a third in that line.
Merv is a pretty hefty game,
It is. Z liked Merv.
but we call that his Merv phase.
Yeah, he's a big fan
like
of
a
Merv.
week.
Yeah.
It was weird, right? It was like, we like Merv. I still remember that. It was like a mic drop. Everyone was like,
What?
are you sure?
Yeah, we're like,
having-
wait, are you really?
Same game? Are we thinking the same
Yeah.
thing? Yeah.
Here's an old man's joke. Merv hasn't been so popular since Merv Griffin. You remember Merv Griffin?
Okay. That wasn't even a joke.
All
right.
It's a joke.
Click-a-tree. I believe this was yesterday
It was,
on...
Yes,
it was
this is
in
crowdsurfing.
crowdsurfing, but it's coming out this year.
That's great.
Yeah.
I really like that.
I will say this looks interesting. I was surprised at if I remember correctly, when I put that crowd surfing together, it was not doing, like, it wasn't like knocking the doors
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, I don't think that it's been, like, I'm not seeing it pop up in advertisements
Right.
anywhere, so I wonder if it's just not getting the recognition. But
Maybe that's because they know it's coming out so quick and they're going to rely more on retail. It's like a middle
Yeah.
ground between crowdfunding to create the game and retail just coming out and
Yeah.
jumping on that hype.
I
of
can
a
see
new
this
release.
doing very well at conventions because I think the op is bringing it to North America, and it's probably going to do very well in Essen, you know.
I think my concern for it is that I immediately think kids game because it's a simple cover, which I like. I like the cover, but it's a simple cover, and then Click-a-Tree just kind of sounds like a mechanism that you do with a kid. You know, something a little
Don't
gimmicky.
love that title, that's for
And
sure.
so, right,
Well,
I
it's-
think that's my concern is it's going to be passed up. Oh, is it a kid's game? Because
It's
it does
re-
not look like it. Sorry.
Yeah. No, I was going to say that Click-a-Tree, I think, is because that's the name of the initiative that they're
Right.
that's based
Oh yeah,
on.
very much. So
Yeah.
I see that. I'm concerned that
Yeah.
that's not going to catch on. You
May
know, and
not.
it's going to be passed. So I hope not.
All right, I'll be Czech publisher has a new Rosenberg coming out, and it's called Garden Link, also a Uwe Rosenberg.
I know. It's the Uwe.
And this is a game in which dead fish can fly.
I know, right?
Doesn't that look like the fish is
they're
dead,
little.
but also levitating?
It's just looking for a bear to come
and
eat
the other
it.
fish is worshiping it. He's like, how are you in the
No,
air?
he's impressed with his jumping skills, guys. We're just
Do
missing a bear
goldfish
with an
jump
open
out
ball.
of water back into? Is this a thing?
Goldfish levitate over lotus flowers. It's a very well established
Just a weird
phenomenon.
cover. Anyway.
Something like a phenomenon.
Maybe there's a hook and we just don't see the line. Get caught. And the other fish is like, wow.
Yeah, you're catching it in. This is a still shot of a fish coming to its impending doom.
Pegasus, Pegasus is one of the few logos that for me almost always throws off the cover.
It really does.
Oh.
I look at that cover and I'm like, oh, please hide that logo.
Yeah.
I mean, I like their logo, but that
okay.
red, I don't know. Anyway, Under the Mango Tree, though, looks great. This is a game coming, 2 to 4 player games. It will coming out this year. You are breathing life into a patch of nature.
Okay.
This is a new theme, nature.
Never seen it. Although
And deep print, it's kind of a weird logo right now because they're doing light games. This is a lighter game from what I can tell. They also
7
just
plus, it
printed
says.
Civolution.
right, yeah, they're
Right,
kind of
yeah.
all over the place, but I'm assuming they're just distributing this to North America, right? Because it's a Pegasus game.
Side note, did you see the designer of the game you guys just reviewed, Nova
Era.
Nova
Era?
Yeah.
He said it was originally called Civolution.
I did see
Oh,
that.
I
And
did.
then
And it was
yeah.
because-
Rosenberg, not Rosenberg,
Feld.
guys. Feld called his game that, and they're like, well, guess we got to
Yep.
change your name.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Hutan. Now,
This looks awesome.
Oh,
That cover is
that
great.
is fantastic.
Yeah, it's Detroit doing his nature art, so it looks like the canopy stuff, and
Which
yeah.
is so good.
all right, but this is from Asgar, Harding, Granerud, and Daniel Skold Peterson. I know these people. I'm not
Yes.
sure why.
Yeah, they
I
do,
recognize the names.
I think they do like the oh gosh. I want to say they work with the team that did like Bad Company, and
Oh.
I'm not sure.
We're going to notice in just a second here.
And this is the one I missed.
No,
out.
Heat. One of them is
Heat,
the designer
that's right.
of
Okay,
Heat.
got it.
And Deep Blue. But also Heat. And then, and Asgard. Right.
Asgard. He had
Sorry, we're
this.
so used to just calling him Asgard. I missed the rest of his name.
He had a prototype of this at World Series Board Gaming. I did not play it, but
That's right. I refused. I was like,
Yeah.
sorry, I don't look at prototypes.
but it looks great. And this is the one I confused with the other one. This is the one that the op is
I've heard
bringing
good
over.
things about
Okay,
this one.
got it. I haven't heard about it at all.
Alrighty. Ocelot's Cave. So
Sir Ocelot's
Sir
Cave.
Ocelot's
Thank
Cave.
you.
So ignore
That board looks terrible.
And the cover.
the cover's creepy, man.
Oh,
that cover,
it's-
you go to someone's house, they have taken real animals and dressed them in clothes and they're
Yes.
stuffed.
It's
and
a
you're like,
diorama.
I need to get out of here before I get murdered.
Right.
It's a taxidermy diorama.
Diorama, yeah.
Yeah, so this
Oh.
is a 2-player lookout game, which is interesting, right? Some of these have done very well, the 2-player lookout line, like, Agricola, all buildings big and small, all creatures big and small, I should say. I don't know. The board and the cover, quite
I hope
honestly.
it's good, but man, that's
Yeah.
not a.
It's going to be a hard sell to play that game.
I'm hoping
if
that
someone brings
board
it out.
looks better in person. It might.
I hope
I like
so.
the art on the board. Well, no, not the animals, but I like the scape of it, there, the landscape of it. But then there's just nothing
That cover
to
cracks me
it.
up.
What?
Yeah, it's look,
All right.
it's a look.
Our next game is called Burn My Village. Oh, wait. At the very top it says, please don't burn my
Please
village.
don't
Oh,
burn
we
my
can't
village.
see
It's
that
very
the way it is.
small.
On our screen, we can't see very well.
It's also
yeah.
blocked by the.
Yeah.
This is from Fireside Games. I don't know if fire has to be contractually in their games.
No.
I'm here
This is a
for
2
it.
to 5 player game, and it's set in the world of Castle Panic.
It comes with a promo for Castle Panic. What do you think about that?
Oh.
I don't love that.
Yeah.
I'm just always amused when companies say from the world of a
Yes.
generic fantasy game.
Correct.
It's just fantasy.
It's
Doesn't have to be in the same world. It's a dragon.
No,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But anyway, that they're just that way they get to say Castle Panic.
that's correct.
Yep, you're buying cards from a black market site. I don't know what the dragons are doing here.
Burning villages.
Burning villages.
Yeah. Oh, you have to bribe to keep the dragon's attention so he doesn't burn you.
It's Trogdor's training camp.
All right. Next we have Cats and Dragons.
I love that cover.
That's fun.
The dragon's gonna win there.
That's
I
fun.
don't know. Let's not get so hasty.
Anyway, your cats leading your armies. You are cats in this game,
Oh, it's
leading your
Pika.
armies against hordes of dragons
Right. that
that infest their land.
Yeah, so this is interesting because it's designed by Randy Flynn, who's best known for Cascadia. Edu Vallis, if I'm pronouncing the last name right, or the first name for that matter, I think is a very up-and-coming illustrator in board games, so I love the look of it. Pika is the smaller game imprint from Fantasia, so we'll see.
Now you said he designed Cascadia. I mean, you can see
can
that
see
You
it.
can see that.
in that board
this
there.
is super exciting.
This looks pretty cool.
I'm excited. Do we know if it's going crowdfunding or?
Yes,
Pika.
yes, it's
Oh,
going to
is.
crowdfund.
Is it?
I
Okay.
thought Pika came out directly. That's exciting.
All right, Forest Shuffle, a third expansion's coming out for Forest Shuffle.
Yep.
Does
this one
it's
fix
called
it?
Exploration. There's 3 modules. There's now asymmetrical cave cards. I'm actually very interested in that.
Oh.
This has a solo campaign, which I'm interested in.
Oh, okay. Oh, I like this.
And 15 new and rare cards.
And a Christmas tree.
So basically all the promo cards that you've been looking for, they're putting in here.
Yep.
Okay.
But I like how they have the rules for these. You can shuffle these 15 new cards in deck, or you can deal everyone 2 of these random rare cards at the beginning, so everybody has some of the rare cards.
Oh,
I will
okay.
always play that way. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
That's pretty
But you
cool.
know what promo won't be in there?
The Dice
Our
Tower
promo.
promo that you can
SupportDiceTower.com.
check out at Support the Dice Tower.
That's, yes, no one
Thank
noticed.
you.
All right, also there's another standalone Forest Shuffle game.
Yes, Dartmoor.
This is
So I love this.
interesting.
Forest Shuffle, a game with no forests
Yeah.
in Dartmoor.
Finally.
Where's the forest?
I'm going to tell you what. Finally, the sheep gets their due. They're
It's
always
been a while. There was
these-
a while when sheep ruled
But,
the
but
board
now
game
they've
universe.
been relegated to the very back of board game boxes, and now that is sheep
Since you're still
forward.
placing trees and shrubs.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, but this time the terrain cards are played horizontally because they're not tall enough.
Oh.
I don't know about that.
Interesting.
I mean, I'll still play this. It's just it
Yeah,
cracks
no,
me
I
up.
think
It's
it's
still
interesting.
called Forest Shuffle.
I would honestly rather this, like just another standalone and them kind of tweak it a little bit rather than just another expansion.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to see, yes,
Another
they're doing
one.
an expansion, but they're also taking a fresh start too.
Also,
I'm glad to
the-
see this.
The sheep strategy is overpowered.
Our last 2 things, we have Horrified Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh,
This is cool.
that was a bold move going with the beholder on the front, right? That's a pretty obscure.
Well, better than a dragon, frankly.
It is. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
No, I think that's actually.
I-
I'm not as excited about this because I love that the Horrified was doing something different.
Yes.
Dungeons and Dragons seems like more of the same.
They're
But if there's a
adding-
beholder in the game, I'm going to play it.
There is
Right.
a beholder in the game,
100%.
and they're adding a D20. Sorry.
No.
And the person that's designing all of the monster mini games is Peter Lee, who was a co-designer of Lords of Waterdeep.
Oh, nice.
Pretty
Okay.
well,
I mean, I've said it, if they can get the rule book down, because it has just been rough. The last
Yeah.
couple, like Greek Monsters, was
Yeah.
just fiddly with the rules and
Yeah.
rough and a lot of extrapolation. So I hope that this is a clean one. Do we know if these monsters will mix with the others?
I'm
don't
reading
know if
that
it's-
right now. First of all, the only monster they're telling us is the beholder. They're
Sure.
not saying the rest of them.
There
Okay.
better
It
be a
does not
mimic.
say that, so I'm assuming it does
Probably
not.
because
Jeez,
it
Joey.
adds a D20 to it, and yeah,
My mother-in-law posed for this, Joey Evans.
oof. I wonder what Buzz Aldrin would have to say about that.
That's a lot better what I said about my in-law, so we're
yeah,
good.
yeah.
All
No,
right.
I'm interested.
And then finally, surprising no one, or surprising some people, but also
No one.
Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, Fate of the Fellowship. So Matt Leacock is making basically Lord of the Rings Pandemic. Now,
Yes!
there's so many pandemics out there.
But I want
Yes.
this one.
The thing about this one is that's some of the best art I've ever seen. Who drew that picture? That's crazy good.
It's really...
It's
Is
pretty.
it just me? I really like it.
No, I feel like they're pulling out all stops here.
I
think
can't
this
tell
is-
if I like it or not. Honestly, I can't tell.
It almost has like a... It's not anime, but like anime adjacent. Like the Frodo there on the front has a little anime look
I mean,
to him.
it looks like it's coming from a cartoon. I like the way that they incorporate Sauron's eye. I think that's pretty
That's
slick.
So cool. Watching over...
I don't know how I think about the rest of it, but it's not bad. I can say that
You
for
will
sure.
see this first at UK Games Expo, actually.
Wow.
Matt Leacock will be there to sign copies.
Wow.
Can I go?
If you see it first at UK Games Expo, I feel pretty confident you'll see it second at Dice Tower East.
I would think so, yes.
We will, by hook and by crook, get copies for this for our hot games area.
East or West? No,
East.
okay,
Oh, West
yeah,
is
because
too-
yeah,
like,
West
West
is
is
too
around the
soon.
corner.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh my gosh, I want this. Yes.
anyhow, that is, folks, the news.
Condottieri?
That's not a real game.
You're living in the past,
No.
Oh my God,
man.
he picked like one of the least known
Nope.
covers.
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
Zia's not just making these super hard. All right.
I like your background.
No, it's a random one. It's
Okay, I take back my compliment.
is that well? This actually ties in.
It does.
Because Mike came up with the idea of dream destinations, right? That's what
Dream
we call it?
vacations.
Dream vacation.
Same
Vacations.
thing. Same dreams of
Yes,
destinations
yes.
would work. Yeah.
I
Yeah, I
also
guess
did-
because dream vacation could be a week alone in my house on the
Right,
couch.
exactly.
Right.
Joey
I also-
is far away from his mother-in-law, apparently.
I also did realistic ones though.
I did
like
too.
These are probably once in a lifetime ones. But they all could happen in my lifetime.
My number
Yes.
one, I plan to do at some point in my
I do
life.
as well, yes.
My number 2 and 3 are if they happen.
Two of my
I'm
three.
the same way. Yeah, I'm the same way. I think it's possible to make all three happen, but I think number one is going to happen.
I
Yes.
have one that I don't know that'll happen, but I'll talk about it when we get there.
All right, Mike, what do you got? Number 3.
Number three.
By the way, I'm going to call no crossover.
Oh, completely.
Probably
yeah.
not.
No, I
Yeah,
think no
yeah.
crossover. You
Number
guys are lame.
3 is a Northern European country. And I actually would like to visit all of the Northern European countries, but I chose Norway specifically because it's the area where my mother's side of the family is from. And it would be beautiful to go there during the Northern Lights in all of their splendor and glory.
That's kind of like you're never quite sure when they're going to happen.
Yeah,
though, right?
well, that's true. You're not, but if you go in a particular season, I think you're
Mostly
more
winter.
likely than not. Right,
Right,
exactly.
yeah.
And Norway, to be fair, I'm sure gorgeous during non-winter months, but I think during the winter you're kind of getting, some of the things that kind of make it the natural beauty. Well, there's probably natural beauty all year. Anyway, Norway, I'd like to go to all of the Northern European countries. I picked Norway specifically because of some family
Norway's on my
ties.
short list for
Yeah.
the same reasons.
Yeah. My number 3 is number 3 simply because it's the most likely to happen, so it just kind of doesn't bring down the excitement at all, but it's kind of like, it's most likely. So it's number 3. And Joey is spoiling
Cutler
it.
Bay?
Oh, no, that's,
Oh.
there you go. Cutler Bay. No, this is an Alaskan cruise similar to
This
you.
was my number 4.
Was it? Yeah, I for the Northern Lights, I really, really want to do like a dog mushing, or some snow hiking. I just have it in my mind, like going on a night snow hiking and like
Yeah.
the Northern Lights. But yeah, I really think a cruise is the way I would like to experience that.
We might someday.
You heard it here, folks. You heard it here,
No,
folks.
it would be like a small retreat size cruise because I'm not
Yes.
taking the whole library up
Yep.
there.
I volunteer my job to organize it.
Dice Tower, Alaska.
Yes.
I'm just saying it might happen. That's
Okay.
all.
2020.
No, I said nothing about dates.
6? We can do that.
2025, I can guarantee you, no.
Fine.
March.
Fine. Middle ground.
This
2026. Yeah.
All right, my number 3 is, my number 3, I looked it up and I found out it was a much more touristy destination because all the pictures I always see of it are like, there's no one there.
Yeah.
But that's how a lot of these tourist destinations
course,
are.
yeah.
I love old history from the past. I want to go see
History
Machu
from the
Picchu.
past is much better than history from the
Sorry,
present.
old.
I got
sorry,
you.
old. Yeah,
Ancient
you're right.
history.
Ancient history. Machu Picchu. I just would love to go
That
there.
would be
Peru,
awesome.
I think that would be really neat to see this.
Yeah.
I also would like to see Peru. I think
Yeah.
that'd be a neat place to go.
Yes.
But this idea of just seeing this really cool ancient civilization. And also the mountains around it
Yes.
look really beautiful.
And it's very well preserved for something of that age. But you're right; they've had to limit
I
the
just read
number
that.
of tourists
They
to go
limited
there.
it to like 2,500 a day or something. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
That's a lot of people.
it is because it was damaging the
Yeah,
terrain.
The ruins and stuff, yeah.
but I still would like to go.
100%. I'd love to do that.
Yeah, get in shape now. I got it. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
True. That's true for all mine, probably.
My number 2 is solely through pictures that I've seen, and every time I see these pictures, I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is Fiji, and specifically going to one of those stilt things where they've got literally an open area in your room to just dive in the water. This type of water, this type of climate,
Can't
this
you
type
do that
of
down in the Keys somewhere?
probably.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can. I don't know if it's down there or not.
You
Yeah,
ask
but-
Alex, he does a lot of this.
Yeah, but this is from the pictures of Fiji I've seen are like, this has to be AI, right? These
right,
can't be
it's-
real pictures, but then they were taken like in the 80s and the 90s, so they're real. Yeah, it's just stunning natural beauty. I love water. I'm a water guy 100%. That's where I kind of feel most centered and at peace. And so just this idea of being able to be almost in the water, you know what I mean? And having access whenever you want to just dive into these crystal clear blue waters. There's something about this that really calls to me. So
that's great.
Fiji is the one that's
fantastic.
that's least likely to happen amongst my 3, but it sounds
unless
like
the
it
Dice
would be
Tower does a
great.
retreat there.
Dice Tower
That's
Fiji.
not happening. All right, what's your number 2?
My number 2 is, it was hard, my number 1 and my number 2, but this one is number 2 because I think it is the least likely to happen. And that is just because I am getting old. It has always been my dream. And I said since I was like 15 that for my 40th birthday, I was going to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. And that was going to be my big trip, is to hike to the top of Kilimanjaro. But I turned 40 this year and am not hiking Kilimanjaro this year.
If you blog it, go for it.
What?
I'm not paying for it, but you can go.
You need to watch there's this documentary about a Sherpa, and she's in her, I can't remember. She's up there in age, and man,
Older than you.
Okay.
yeah, no, I mean you're not too old to do this stuff. You have to train
we'll see.
for it, obviously.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, me and my best friend, we already have 2-3 years ago, we set out, we made a training plan for it and everything, and just, life. But yeah, I still would love to. I'm just getting to the age I'm not sure it'll actually happen, but I want to go to the top of Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yep.
My number 2 is also an island, Mike.
Really?
But it is an island I would go to for the animals' sake.
Oh.
Just like Mr. Charles Darwin, and I don't know how to pronounce
The
this.
Galapagos.
The Galapagos Islands.
Wow,
I would love
that's
to
a
go.
cool choice.
I would love to go to those.
That's
That is
a
my number
cool
2, right?
choice,
Yes.
yeah.
I have a friend that just got back, and her pictures look just like that. It's
Oh,
insane.
man.
It's
Yeah, it just seems like a
crazy.
really fun
Yeah.
thing because of turtles and everything. I mean, there's a reason he went there. It's just teeming with wildlife,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I think that would be a neat place to go. Not for Mike's just going to go relax, which I get.
Right, yeah.
But this
Yeah.
would be. I don't think people go there to swim and stuff. Maybe they do.
I think this
And
is
be there to
mostly
see
about
this
the
stuff.
animals.
Nature, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that's a really cool pick. I hadn't even considered that. But yeah, that would be really neat. Before we get to my number 1, just very quickly, like some of the ones that were close were like the cliffs of Dover and the Isle of Skye. I like the idea of Ireland and Scotland and those kind of
for
cliffy
sure.
areas. But my number 1 is that's fantastic. How long did that take you to do, Joey? Oh, you need to send me that picture. That is fantastic.
What does it say at the top? Oh, does it say theme
Uncle
park?
Bob's Canadian? Is that what it says? Oh, theme park.
I also thought it said Uncle Bob's.
It looks like it.
I want this to be a thing so very bad. That's great. My number 1, it was actually called in the chat by Bruce, is the 5 villages of Italy, known as Cinque Terre. This is so beautiful looking. Like
You told
again-
me you're planning to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we're planning a trip to Italy for sure. I would love to make this the Amalfi Coast. I mean, I'd love to really explore all of Italy, but this would be probably my first destination just because it's just, I don't know, culturally, visually, everything about it is appealing to me. It's, on the coast and it has this really neat aesthetic and it feels like it's unique to even Italy. So that's my number 1.
I am shocked, actually, that we have a crossover. I know. My number 1 is also Machu Picchu.
Wow.
Oh, wow, really?
I love
Machu Picchu.
just the old history, just kind of seeing the roots of the lands. I mean, when I travel, I like to see the cultures. I'm not really touristy when I travel, and so I love the idea of going on a travel and taking like a month. And I just chose Machu Picchu because it's so well known, but really I'd love to go see all kinds of different ruins. Go to some of the different Aztecs and Mayans, and just kind of trace through history in some of these ruins and lands. I find it really fascinating, and it's one of my favorite historical things to study is North and South American native, cultures and lands and theologies and that kind of stuff. So I really, really like that. I would love to do Machu Picchu or any of the South American lands.
One that just missed my list was Victoria Falls and Africa,
Yeah.
Safari, whatever. My number one's almost a crossover, Camilla, but I'm going. I need my penguins, so I want to go on an Antarctica cruise.
Oh.
You could just do like an Argentine, like Argentine.
Well, what you can
Don't
do,
go all the way
is
there.
so Tom, a friend of mine, Tom McCory, did this, and he showed me pictures, and I've just been thinking about it ever since, where they leave from Argentina, and you go down. It's like 2 weeks. You go down, and you have to do it in the middle of the winter. Because that's when it's warmest down there.
Yeah.
And you go all the way down and touch Antarctica, see penguins, stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, man, that looks great. Because I like all that ice stuff, but I love penguins.
I do want to touch Antarctica.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah, so I would like to do this.
Which cruise lines go
if
down
me and my
there?
wife
Do we
both
know?
don't die, according to my son.
Do we know? Do we know which cruise lines do?
I think it's like
you?
specifically
Yeah,
for this sort of
yeah,
thing. It's
okay.
like a 2-week. It's a 2-week
Yeah.
affair because you travel down. I think you hit a couple islands. What's the island at the base of South America called?
Yeah.
I forget. Anyway,
I can't think of it.
Someone
Yes.
from the chat is probably there.
Yeah, so I just think the whole thing sounds like a neat thing. I talked to Tom, and he was definitely in the lower age, and he's older than I am, of
Yeah.
people going, it's an old person thing usually.
Yes. That's
'Cause it's
interesting.
But I think that'd be fun.
I can see it.
that'd be
Yeah,
great.
that'd be neat.
That'd be great.
There we go.
Good choices.
All right, Dice Tower Alaskan Cruise 2026.
It's happening.
Stoked.
Hopefully Jason's not watching this.
Oh,
All right, folks, that is that. We're going to be back in 10 minutes.
Don't
with the
go
top
far.
100 of all time. We'll see you then. Until then, I'm Tom Vassell.
I'm Camilla.
I'm Mike Delisio.
Woot.
Bye.
Woot. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, you would love to game with us at one of our conventions. Check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Bassel.